Hey everybody, this is Danny at Danny's Guitar Hub, and today I'm going to show you how to use the pentatonic scale to solo over a blues riff. I'm going to show you the G minor and the G major pentatonic scales, and a little bit of theory behind those. I'm not going to go through and show you note for note and position by position of how to play them. That's easy enough to find. In fact, I'm going to put it on the website right under this. So, once you learn the shapes and boxes of the minor pentatonic scale and the major pentatonic scale, you'll realize that it's the same thing, except just shifted down 1.5 steps or shifted up 1.5 steps, depending on which scale you're playing. So here's the G minor pentatonic scale. We're going to start with the G note on the low E string, since that would be our root note for the key of G. So this is what that's going to sound like. Box 1, this is box 2. Now for box 3. And box 4. Box 5. And those are all 5 boxes, so we would just start all over again at the G, just an octave higher, with the first shape. Alright, so the relativity between the boxes on the major and the minor is that they're exactly the same, and like I said, it's shifted up 1.5 steps or down 1.5 steps. So if we're going from minor to major, we're going to take that second shape of the minor and move it down so that this becomes the G and it's our root note. So it's the exact same shape, just on a different fret. And then we can move on all through, except what was the third shape is now the second shape of the major scale, and so on, so forth. Fourth shape becomes the third shape. Fifth shape becomes the fourth shape. The first shape becomes the last shape. So what we're going to end up having on the major is going to sound like this. This is box 1. Box 2. Box 3. Box 4. Box 5. And then it starts over. Now, one thing you may notice with the G major is if you played the pentatonic scale in other keys, then you'll notice that the G major scale is the exact same as the E minor scale. It's just you're starting with a different root note. And then also the G minor scale would be the exact same as the I guess that'd be the A sharp major scale, but yeah, it's very, very relative scale, and as you notice, it pretty much sounds the same going up and down, at just different octaves. So when you're playing over a blues riff like I'm about to show you, you really can't hit any wrong notes. It's just kind of go by your ears, use some discretion, and you'll figure out what sounds best. But you can go between the major and the minor, or just stick to the major. But no matter what, as long as you're in the key of G with your scale, it's just gonna sound pretty much dead on, unless you hit a bad note. We'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna wing it and play just the minor scale straight over a blues riff, then the major scale straight over a blues riff, and then combine the two and do kind of a little solo thing over the same blues riff. So let me load that up real quick. And we're good to go. And I'm going to start with the G minor. Now you notice I didn't switch it up, and there wasn't really any rhythm to it. I was just kind of letting you hear what the notes sound like over top of a chord progression. Now I'm going to use the major scale over top of that same blues riff, and you'll notice it sounds a little bit more uplifting and a little happier, if you will, which is generally the explanation of the difference between minor and major. Minor sad, major happy. So we'll try this now, see how this sounds. So you can just kind of hear the difference and the overall tone of that the scale has in effect with the blues riff. So I'm going to show you just a little combination. I'm not going to go by any order. I'm just going to, like I said, wing it. So let's see how this sounds with the combination of the minor and the major over top of the same riff. So there you have it. Just a little bit of advice for you on using the pentatonic scale. So hopefully that was helpful for you. I'd love to hear your feedback and any suggestions that you might have or something you'd like me to show. I'll just check out my website. It's www.dannysguitarhub.weebly.com. So thanks for listening, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.